Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I will cover how to create a Firebase project, how to configure it, and how to configure it with the Flutter app, and also the authentication. The Flutter project. This will create the package name. Uh, if you don't use this, if you do Flutter create without this one, it will create a com.example and this name as the package name by default. But if you use this one, you can instead of example, you can do com.dmg coding.flutter Firebase Auth. You can change the package name as you want when you're creating the Flutter grid. Otherwise, it will be kind of a hassle when you try to change the package name after you have done this. Have you created and created the project? For some reason it didn't work. I'm gonna create the project for the create. Okay, I can go for Flutter. Let's open VS Code and the emulator. I'm gonna change remove the comments. Will be Flutter Firebase Auth tutorial. Let's go. Right, I need UIs and screens. Screens. I'm gonna need um login. I'm gonna need home and login and also register. I'm gonna go with this, and it should be with this one. This will be a stateful widget. Now for all. And let's run the app as well. Project. Configure the Firebase project. Let's go for add project. Uh, let's go for Firebase console and go for add project. I'm gonna name it as Firebase Flutter Firebase Auth. You can use this characters. Okay, let's go. Actually, I'm going to. Well, let's. You don't really need the Google Analytics for this one. Hey, if you're going to publish app, and you will need this. This is basically for you can get the crash reports of when the users are using crash. If users apps are crashing and that kind of reporting can this will enable that. Continue. Oh wait. To disable this. Create project. This will let's wait for it to create the project. Up this running. I will have to stop this one. We will need Flutter Firebase Core, Firebase Core. We need this plugin. We need this plugin Firebase Core. Copy it. Paste into Upsway Camel. Let's go. Also, we also need Flutter Firebase Auth. I think it's Firebase Auth. Firebase Auth. Copy it as well. And then also go back. We also need Google sign-in. This one. We need. Let's copy it as well. For the pin input in the for mobile number authentication, we need input. It will. This will. This is one. Yeah, this is right. It will give this nice animations and yeah pin input fields. We don't have to do anything. This should take care of it. And save. Pubspec. Proto update is running. Um, you have how to. Let's go for Android. We are using Android in here. You need to add the package name. You can get the package name from going to Android app build.gradle. There is this one, not the namespace. The application ID. Copy this one, the application ID in the level build.gradle. Paste it in here, and we will have to add SHA-1 and SHA-256 later. We can do that later. I'm gonna just go for register app in here. I'm not gonna download the Google Services JSON file yet because we have to do more. We're going to add the SHA-1, SHA-256 keys later. So after adding these ones, I will download this one. I'm gonna do this one. I think we already have these ones. These Google and Mail Center repositories. We will have to do we have to add this one in project level build.gradle means an Android build.gradle dependencies. Copy that. Then there's this is also fine. Google and Mail already there. So I'm gonna also you have to add the app level build.gradle these plugins. Android application already there, so GM is this one will have to copy build.gradle in here. Well, actually, I think this will throw an error, so I have to do it like this. This one, this one. Yeah, all of them. Get all of them. The ID here. From and it is done. Also, this is really not needed. So, and let's go for project settings. In the project settings, in case you missed the configurations, you can go for this one and follow along again. And you can download Google Services JSON file in here. I'm gonna add SHA-1 keys. In order to get SHA-1 keys, I have to go for the terminal. Go to Android folder and run this command. There are other ways to get the SHA-1 keys. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, there's an error. Don't open. Try cleaning the cache. Try Flutter clean. But that And let's run it again. Okay, issue is in here. Gonna get rid of that in there. I'm gonna apply from keep it like this. Okay, the issue is because I didn't delete this one. I have to delete that. Okay, here's another error that you will face. It's a com.1 with reference that the X file cannot exceed 64K. So what you're gonna do in here, so for after error, you have to add this line, multi-dex enable true, save and let's run again. Okay, app is running. It's only white space in there. I'm gonna get the fingerprint now. First okay, I'm gonna stop this one, go for terminal and run the command riddle w. You can get you can use other ways to get SHA-1, SHA-256 keys, but I'm gonna use this one. Copy this one, SHA-1, add fingerprint, read and save, and copy the SHA-256. Oh, add add that as well. Save. In case this didn't work, if you try this one without running the app, it can throw error. So first run the app one time and then run this command. I'm gonna go back to your directory. We have to get the Google Services JSON file again. Since we changed the keys file with the new one. All good. No, first, but we have to enable the authentication. Go for authentication. You can find it in this build authentication. This one. Go for authentication. And it will be like this at first. You click on get started. And you have to enable the authentication methods that you're going to use. I'm going to use email password, so I'm going to enable that. Also add new provider's phone. I'm also going to add a phone number. I think I need to add the plus sign as well. And the sample OTP code, verification code, I'm gonna put 123. Add this. I think I don't need to Did it not work? Let's try that one. Okay, that worked. I'm gonna save this one. We can use that phone number and the what is this? I didn't enable this one, right? I have to enable it, and this is okay. It's already enabled. We can use this test mobile number and the verification code for the testing. And also 50 SMS per day for the free plan. New Google enable. It's also fine. You have to add on fingerprint, otherwise it won't work. Check support email. You have to also add the email for this one. Yes. This is actually an add new provider. You can also do the anonymous. Enable this one. Save. Um, that's the only ones. The users that are signed in using these methods, it will be displayed in here. You can also add user. So everything is configured in the Firebase backend. I'm gonna run the app. So the UI is done. Let's go for the let's go first for the sign in anonymously. Uh, it, this will be a async function, and I need try catch on the if there's an error, I'm going to print it, and I'm going to show a snack bar. And if I sign in final credentials, wait, Firebase Auth, sign in anonymous. And if this user is equals to credentials user, if this is successful, this the sign in is successful, then user will is one there was a value for user, not the user will be null. I'm going to check if the user is null. User is not null. I'm going to show a snack bar. So snack bar message will be successfully logged in. Duration seconds, 3 seconds. Or let's not give it. This is the warning is because this we're doing a await function. If user this widget get destroyed or user go to another, if this widget get destroyed while in this function, while this one running, user go to again another widget or something like that, then this context show snack bar will throw error. So first we have to check the whether this widget is mounted shows snack bar. So sign in anonymously function is complete. Let's check it. Sign in to this one on tap. So actually first to check this one, let's go to auth widget. Instead of login, let's do a stream builder. Stream builder is the context and the thing snapshot. This is the stream is the type user, it can be null, and I'll show how to pass the stream. Stream is Firebase Auth and auth state changes. The stream of user objects. If a user is already logged in using this Firebase Auth, it will return the snapshot will return the user object. Otherwise, it will be null. So I'm going to first print the snapshot dot connection state and dot data. First, we have to check if snapshot dot connection state is equal to connection state waiting. If it is if it's still waiting, this means the data is still not ready, still waiting. I mean, you didn't get it's the data is not uh, ready yet. Yes. So it is so, you return center. Style is a circular progress. The next thing we are checking if snapshot dot has error. If if it has errors, then you can actually show the show error message also. I'm just going to log in user to here to the login to navigate the user to the login. Next thing I do, if snapshot dot data to check if snapshot dot data is null. If the snapshot if the data that comes from snapshot is null, that means the user is not logged into the app. So we're going to return the user to the login screen. Else, we're going to return the user to the home screen. So user login. Okay, I did a test here of logging. That's why it worked like it returned, it navigated to the home. This is the user object. I'm gonna try logout here. So we are connected to um, Firebase Auth instance dot logout sign out. Okay, to yeah, sign out is that's the only. So in the auth widget, if you restart the app, the restarting app is similar to going to app switcher and killing and starting the app again. That's kind of similar to the restarting or restart. So it's returning to the user is null, snapshot.data is null, so it's going to the login. In the login, we were working on anonymous sign in anonymously function. So see, there's no navigation here, navigator push or navigator push replacement. There's nothing like that. So, but if I do sign in anonymously here, I will get I will be navigated to the home screen. That's because this auth state changes the stream when I sign in here. If it is successful, then the auth state changes to list. This stream will return user object date, and it has data. This user is not null, so it will show home. It will redirect to the home. Not redirecting, it's returning widget. So this is user we printed. In the home, what I want to do now. I want to show you this user ID and user email here. So I'm going to go to the home set, final user. So, and I'm going to show you the user ID of that user, logged in user. Widget.user.uid. This can be null, so I have to do the null check operator. It will be email. This will, because we are not passing the user In here, user is this method.data. It's a instant, not a constant value. So as you see, this one is the user ID and user email because it is signed in anonymously. There's no email. It's just it only has the user ID. So if I go for Firebase console now, go for users, you can see identifier anonymous sign in the user ID thing. So if I do the logout, so will back me return the login screen. This is not a good way to do this. Handle this. I will change this. I will change it now here. I'm going to convert it into a splash screen. Let's go enter. And be a column. So it has to be inside a scaffold. Oh, this one, put it inside a padding or something. Something. This is like 150, maybe 180. I want to get it a little bit. Now this is the splash screen. But in the splash screen, what I'm going to do here, the init state, going to do a future. I'm going to do a little delay in here. Delete function. Delay will be like 4 seconds. Then the function will be check if there is a the user is logged in using Firebase Auth. Firebase Auth current user. can get the current user if the user is logged in using Firebase Auth instance current user. This user can be null if user is not logged in. If user is null, this means the other user is not logged in. So I want to navigate the first screen. I'm going to push replacement. If it goes to login screen, I don't want the users to be able to go back to the splash screen just to get replaced. It's gonna be material page good. Yeah, it will be the login screen. Else, if the user is not null, I'm gonna navigate the user to home or constant. This will be the user. In order to see this, we have to restart the app. So as you can see, if I restart this, it will redirect to the login because we are not logged in after 4 seconds. So till we go, till we redirect the user, it will show this image, this widget. So sign in, if I go for sign anonymously and successfully logged in, we forgot to do in here. We had to do the same in here. Actually, we had to do the navigate to the home after this one. This also has to be after the if we have to check the if it is mounted or not, use the context. So home, the user will be this user, so it's okay, and it's a push replacement. And it's actually this is not push replacement. This is push and remove until you have to remove all the previous routes and go to home. If you also go back, it should be just getting out of the app. There's also root false. So if I go sign in anonymously, it will go back here. If I do this, it will get a user is out of the app. So I'm going to log out again. Yeah, in the logout, we have done the navigator. So I'm going to do the email and password sign in. Before that, I will do the register, email and sign in register. Register with the email and password, email password. Final, I need to text control widget, text control, text controllers, text editing controllers. I need two text editing controllers, one for the email and the other for the password. Okay, I'm going to use this email control. I'm going to use this email controller in here in the text form field. To the controller and the for the password, it will be password controller, and also I'm going this is obscure text is on. enabled, and that means if I do this, it doesn't show the actual characters in the. Okay, if I now for the register function, I'm gonna void uh, sign up with email password. It's gonna be a async function. It's gonna be async function. It's gonna be async function and try catch. You have to catch the Firebase Auth exceptions. I'm gonna just print the error and then show a snack bar. Snack bar will be some error occurred. Null. And in here, you have to check if I'm gonna print the error first, and then check the what kind of error is this what kind of error is this code. If it is weak password, it is weak password. I'm gonna show snack bar. The password is too weak. Password is too weak. Else if otherwise it is email already in use, then I will show account already exists for that email. And if else, I'm gonna just show the e-dot code. So what we're going to do in here, final credentials. Await Firebase Auth instance. Sign up. Create user with email and password. You have to give the email and password in here. So I'm going to get this email and password from this text controllers, email controller text, and password controller text. You have to validate them email and password, but I'm not going to do it in here. So I'm going to check if the user that I get from this credentials is null or not. If it is successful, use is created successful, then there will be credentials. There will be user, otherwise user will be null. User, if user is null, I'm going to show a stack bar. First you have to check if this is mounted. The widget is mounted. The message is some error occurred in creating user. Try again. So if it is not, user is not null, then go for else. This means it is successful. So I'm going to redirect. I'm going to navigate the user to the login. Again, this is also you should check if mounted. This is going to be for the login. This is going to be a push replacement. I need this. Push replacement to login. What went wrong? HTML. I think it's a bug. I didn't import that. So sign up with the username and password. I'm going to assign this for sign up button in here. And let's check whether it's work or not. I'm going to add test1@gmail.com. The password will be testwd. If you go to username, if you go to Firebase console, there's no user for there's no with username, email, and password. I'm going to sign up here. Did it show the message? Let's go for. I think it uses created. Uses created, and it redirected the login page. If I go for sign up again and use the same email and password can be anything. If I go sign up, it says the account already exists for that email. So it won't work with the same email. I go for login. I have that the navigator for here. So let's go for here. It should be login. Login. And I'm going to do the Google sign in. Let's do Google sign in void. It's going to be async. That's again with the try catch block. This is how we do this. First, I'm going to get Google sign in account. Type of Google sign in account. Google user. This will prompt that Google sign in prompt. So we are not using Firebase plugin for this. We are using Google sign in plugin. We'll sign in. It has to be like this. Sign in. Is it wrong? It can be null. So this. Fine. Then we have to get the Google Auth credential. Thing Google sign in authentication. So the auth we have to get from await Google user authentication. Again, this can be null. So I think we have to do this. Then final, we have to create credentials. Google Auth. It will be OAuth credentials. Credentials is you had to use Google Auth provider. I think this is wait. It's not a wait. You have to get the access token. This should be Google Auth provider credentials. Access token. We are creating the credentials from this Google sign-in access token and the ID token. Again, this can be null. ID token, the auth ID token can be null. This credential is used for signing the Firebase credentials. Sign in for the Firebase. So wait. This is the you have to use Firebase Auth instance and sign in with credentials. This is a credential is already assigned, so I'm going to use Firebase credential. Any other auth sign in? So this is not done by the Firebase. It's the Google sign in. Any other auth sign in? You have to get these tokens and other data and make credentials and pass it into this sign with credential function to get the Firebase credentials. So final user is getting this Firebase user is getting from this Firebase credentials, and I'm going to check this user is null or not. If the everything went fine, then this user should be not null, should not be null. If the user is null, that means the sign in was unsuccessful. So if user is null, going to use we're gonna have to check the this mounted or not. Let's say somewhere good. And I'm gonna print in here as well. So if the everything went fine, then we have to navigate the user. In here it is not. Else means use is not null. Again, we have to check if this mounted. We're gonna remove all the roots and navigate to the home. This is Google sign in, right? So let's go get this. Assign this to. As we made these little widgets, we have to the on tab function we have to pass, not the first one. Second one is the Google one. We're gonna pass the function. Function will be, is it showing an error because of the constant? So this is constant. I don't need this one. Let's go here. pass the function there. If I call this, it will pop up this. Okay, fine. Let's go for sign in with this email. Let's go in, and it worked. As you can see, the email is this, the email we used, and the user ID is there. If I go for Firebase console, and I see a Google sign in here, I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna do this mobile sign in. I'm not gonna pass any function here. I'm gonna I have to do navigator. Navigating the user to phone auth. If I go here, we see this sign up. I go here. I need to change a few things. I need to set to get the text editing controller, final phone controller, text editing. Assign this to this phone. And we won't be showing this send OTP in before we add the send OTP. Before send the OTP, we won't show this. We're gonna hide it. First, let's go for the send OTP function. This is again a try catch. And the await. I don't think we need await. We need to get the phone number. Phone number should be like it should have a plus in the beginning, otherwise it won't work. So the rest of this will be the phone controller, the text we get from here on str.txt. So the phone number should be if we add 7 or like that, it should add the plus character first, and then Firebase Auth instance. There is sign in with phone number function. If this won't work for mobile, this is for web, not for mobile. So don't use this one. This for the verify phone number is the function that you should use for the mobile apps. Verification completed. This is verification completed. This is a function of over here. Verification completed. This is a function of or not credential. Set one of credentials. You're going to use the font of credentials, and then verification failed. Verification failed is one. What will it be? This will be Firebase Auth exception error. And the code sent is you're getting verification ID and the recent token. They're getting I think it's a string, verification ID, and first recent token. Should be like this. And these code auto retrieval timeout. Code auto retrieval timeout is a string. It's only giving verification ID. So it's gonna be verification ID. So if the user verification completed, as you can see, the verification completed. Where's this? And this one. Verification completed. Instance of to retrieve the phone number has been instantly verified. This function is called when the user, some if this is an actual phone and this phone number is in this phone and you get the message from you get the message of this OTP. If you get the message from this OTP from the to this phone, then this will be auto verified. You don't have to add the OTP manually. This will take care of that. You get the credentials of this from this OTP. It handles automatically. But you have to get the have to you have to log in the user and yeah, you have to log in the user and navigate. So as we did with Google Auth, you have to get the Firebase Auth from this Firebase credentials. It will be you get you're going to get this from the async function Firebase Auth instance sign in with credential. So the credential will be these credentials, and you have to get the user from this. User is Firebase credential.user, and you have to check whether this user is null or not. If user is null, then the sign in is not successful. If user is null, then you have to show snack bar. Let's just say sign in error. Duration 2 seconds. Again, this one should be because this is a async function. We had to check if it is mounted. If the user is not null, then that means everything is good. So we have um, to navigate the user to home. It should be like this. So now, this one also we have to check if it is mounted. But if I do this one now, it won't work. Oh, wait, we didn't use the phone number, right? We had to do. Wait, we had to also give the phone number as well in here. Phone number is this phone number. I forgot that one. Phone number. So the verification failed. It's just an error, so it just print the error or handle the error in. You can handle the error anyway. For the verification ID, this verification ID is important. When we are verifying the OTP, we need to use this verification ID. So I'm going to go for here. I'm going to make a variable for that. Last verification ID is going to be null at first. I'm going to use this one as well in here. I'm going to use this here to check whether if this last verification ID is null, that means we haven't sent the OTP. So if it is null, let's just show empty container. That means let's hide this part. Since last verification ID is we haven't set the last verification ID, it will be hidden. We had to do this same for this into OTP text. Done. Those are hidden now. So we also had to set the verification ID. Set state. Latest last verification ID is this verification ID. This is code sent. If the code is sent successfully for the mobile number, then it will be here. If the phone number is not a valid one or for some reason it doesn't work, the OTP sending doesn't work, then this will be an error in here. If the code auto retrieval timeout, this is code auto retrieval timeout. Because this is when the timeout that code auto retrieval signed. I mean, like we send the OTP, but we don't get the OTP as a message to this phone. After some time, after timeout of that, this will get triggered. So it will also pass the verification, a new verification ID. We have to set that as well, but this function can get, let's just set state, going to be the same here. You're setting this verification ID state to this new. But this will cause an error because even when we log in and if we go to home and after going away from this screen, this function gets still get triggered. If you don't do this if mounted, this will throw an error. It won't crash the app or anything, but still it will throw error. So this is all good, and this is only one part of it, the for auth. So let's go for the, let's assign this in here on tap on. There's another part of here. Another part. The other is the verify OTP. Void It's gonna be a sync function as well. Can try catch. I'm gonna use in here. Let's do Firebase Auth instance verify phone number. It's actually not verify phone number. What is uh, so this is going to be we have to get the OTP code from here. Let's call it SMS code, and we have to create the um, credentials, create the credentials from the phone auth provider. Then get these on product credential, and you have to pass the verification ID. This is the last verification ID we saved. And check the whether it's null. It's not. It shouldn't be null. And the SMS code we are passing here. So if the OTP code, this SMS code is the correct one, the Firebase sign-in will work. Otherwise, it won't. Need to get also Firebase credential, as we did before. The same way we did before. Using this credential to sign into for Firebase Auth instance, sign in with credential. So finally, user equals Firebase credential user. If that user is null, that means if user can be null if the SMS code is wrong, then this won't work. Sign in with credential, it won't work because these credentials are wrong. So if user is null, gonna show snack bar. You can actually do Firebase auth exception here as well. In the code, I'm gonna show the message in here. It is a normal error. We'll show the just the error. Field is null. That means the wrong should be wrong OTP or something. Again, we have to check the mounted. We're gonna use this verify OTP in here in the pin input. I'm gonna remove this for now. To show you this is the pin input. When the user at these ones and at the complete the inputting this pin, this onComplete function will be triggered, and this pin is the whole number, the string. So I'm gonna call this one here verify OTP and pass the pin. If I add all of these, and this verify OTP will be this pin will be passed to verify OTP. Let's go here and hide this back. I'm gonna use the Um, remember, we used a testing phone number. I'm going to use the same here. I'm gonna, so let's see, this function should be triggered and.db. You can see. If it is for the first time, then there will be a reCAPTCHA, but this if the phone authentication is working for the first time in the app in that phone, there will be a reCAPTCHA. It will be redirected to uh, the browser, and there will be a human checking. In here it will be, let's add the wrong OTP for now. I didn't add the last one. Invalid verification code. It says invalid verification code with the test verification code is this. I'm gonna add the correct one. You can add loading screens, and I didn't add any of that. This is not the point of here. So did it work? Sorry, we didn't. It actually worked, but we didn't do the navigation part in here. We have to navigate the user if it is successful. Let's go for here and pass it. Actually, also mounted. So if user is not null, that means the sign-in is successful with Firebase. Then you have to navigate the user to home. I'm gonna get this and pass it again. And it worked. Email is null because it's a phone login. User ID is this user ID. We go for users with the number. This is the user ID. So that's it for this video. In next videos, I'm going to do Firebase storage. How to upload, let's say, how to upload the user profile, and also how to save those users, and how to use the real-time database, Firestore database, and also the push notifications. So if I was going fast, or I wasn't very clear what I was doing, you can comment and I will try to improve in the. If I was going too fast, or maybe it was something so not clear, you can comment and I will try to change that in next videos. And also subscribe, because I will be posting about um, machine learning, Firebase, and all of the. I will posting about more stuff. So definitely subscribe. So that's it for this video. Let's see you in the next video.